we are back here inside of Avicolli, 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York, on the corner of Wetzel Road and Route 57, aka Oswego Road, right down the street from Liverpool High School. So happy to have my guests here for round 2 of our Liverpool Warriors special. We have Kenzie Gill, Zach Dewing of the girls and boys bowling team, Liverpool Warriors, and we are here every single month celebrating Liverpool High School and the Warriors, this time around with girls and boys bowling. Can we give them a round of applause, show them some love? You got a lot of people staring at you right now. Kenzie, how you dealing with the people staring at you?
I want to throw my shoe at them.
You want to throw your shoe at them? Okay.
I want to throw my shoe at them.
You want to throw your shoe? Okay. Zach, how you holding up?
I'm just trying not to look at them.
You're trying not to look at them? Okay. So, does anybody in practice try to get into other people's heads and kind of like stare at you while you're bowling? Zach?
They don't stare at us. Well, I mean they do. They watch us, but some people like yell our name out so that we don't throw a good shot during practice.
So they try to get you in practice.
Yeah, I definitely don't do that at all.
You don't do that?
No, definitely not.
You're like an assassin, very quiet, right?
Yeah.
So you just go, you handle your game, and that's it.
Yeah.
Who's the one that tries to make you mess up the most?
Definitely Wes.
Wes?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What does he do?
He's just Wes. I don't know.
He's just Wes. Does Wes like yell anything significant, or it's just
Wes is just funny to
Okay.
the point where it messes me up when I'm bowling.
Okay, all right. So he makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenzie, would you say it's Wes or somebody else?
Yes, Wes. He's annoying.
Okay. What does Wes do? Is it funny to you?
Well, he'll scream like 10 pin or something, and then I physically will leave a 10 pin, and like, yeah, he just like says random stuff, and it's really annoying.
So, you and I have talked before, multiple 299 games, right? We were talking off the air about you finally got a 300 over the summer. Bring me into it.
So it was during a summer league over like the period of the whole summer, and it happened to be the last day of that league, and of course, I was on a lane by myself because no one wanted to show up. And because it was just like a fun like party thing.
Yeah.
So I was all the way over on 39 and 40, and I had a friend with me at the time, but he had left. And it was the last game, and I ended up going 261, 276, I believe, and then my 300 for 837 series.
And that's awesome. Nobody saw it.
Yeah, no one saw it. There was no video, and my parents weren't there.
And see, that's the thing about, so going back to basketball for a second here, in 3 different gyms in central New York within the last couple of years, I've hit not only a half-court shot in each of them, but it was my first shot in each of the gyms. I had witnesses, none of them on camera except for one. My most recent one, everybody wanted to see the video, and the coach was there, and the assistant was there, and the coach was underneath the basket and caught the ball. I said, I'm going to take 5, I'll make one of them. I made the first one and I left the gym. But everybody wants the footage. Have people given you some, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, have people been mean to you about the fact that you don't have it on film? Are they questioning your ability that you actually got the 300?
So I don't have a video of my final shot, but I do have the picture of my series and my game.
Okay, so you took a picture of it all.
Yeah.
So it's there.
So in the way it is, so when the recap sheet comes up, it has all 3 of my games in my series, so you can physically see the 300 is there.
I believe you because why would you lie to me? Do other people believe you now?
Well,
Do your parents believe you?
yeah, they believe me. I showed them pictures.
Okay, all right. Parents believe you. Does everybody else believe you?
I don't know about Aiden. He's looking at me pretty funny right now.
Zach, do you believe her?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Especially because she hasn't
Get
updated her
off my
Instagram, and it says 780.
No, it says 300. My Instagram got hacked.
Okay. Zach, highest score that you've had?
289.
289.
That's crazy.
So, what's missing to get to 300 in your opinion? By the way, I'm talking to 2 incredible bowlers here right now that we're even talking about 280s, 290s, and a 300. So most people in the world cannot do that one time. 289. What did you leave out there? Do you have a thought on the 289 game?
I wish I threw the ball better the first and last shot.
Okay. So first and last shot, that's what it was?
Yeah.
The bookends?
Yep.
Hey, what is it? Is it nerves? Was it just like, do you got to get in a groove? Are you the type of person that's got to get in a groove during, your different series? I mean, what is it?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I have a kind of a perfect pre-shot routine.
Okay.
Like, if I mess it up, I kind of don't throw a good shot.
Can you bring me into the routine? What's it like?
Well, I wipe my ball off, and then I put my hand over the fan for a couple seconds, and then I go up on the approach, take a deep breath, and then throw the ball.
Okay. So in the 289 game, how are you, sir? In the 289 game, shout out to John Avicolli. He's the reason why there's magic here and good pizza. Yeah, but can we clap up John for a second here? If you like pizza and veal and really anything Italian, it's his fault. So thank you, John.
That's crazy.
So yeah, John's now, and I'm going to say this because it needs to be said about people in the community. John isn't one of those people that's like an absentee where he just manages from afar, walks in and says, hey, do we make money today, and leaves. He literally cooks like every day. He's always back there, apron always dirty, first thing in the morning, last person at night. So appreciate that very much so. 289, you have your pre-workout, right? So you have your pre-thing that you do, like you said, wipe off the ball, put your hand over the fan. When did you kind of create this and say, like, this has got to be my pregame?
Well, I do it every shot because I wipe the oil off so I get a consistent ball motion, and I put my hand over the fan so that I have my hand dry so I don't like drop the ball or anything.
Does it have to be like when I shoot free throws, I have to do the same thing every time, and the ball's got to feel a certain way, or I'll like redo it? Is that how your kind of pregame is?
Yeah, sometimes I step off the approach, but I don't do it as much as I should.
Okay. Kenzie, do you have any type of superstition or pregame or anything you do?
I mean, before like if it's practice, I'll practice my drills and stuff. But once it's towards game, I kind of just figure it out.
Okay. So you're not really thinking when you're in the game. Now you're going to be going to All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me into what you have to do to advance to that. To somebody that doesn't know, how difficult is it to advance to All-Stars?
So for Liverpool, we are in the Metro division, and we go against Empire and Metro.
Okay.
So that includes, like, as Empire is Fulton, Oswego, Central Square, ESM. Metro is Beeville, CNS, I think Cortland. And you have to average high out of every single girl who actually makes it. And then, so I averaged, at the beginning, our first match, I shot 703 with a 234 average. And yeah, it dropped. I couldn't hold. There's no possible way I could have held that. But I ended up being the only girl with a 200 average.
That's awesome. Congratulations. From the last time we talked to now, do you feel like you've gotten better?
Yeah, more sure. I've improved way more confidence-wise. Usually I would get nervous while bowling, and now after going to all these PBA juniors and big tournaments up in different states, I have kind of had more self-control. I can do this, and I did it. It's not in my head anymore. I have focused more.
How did you get there? How did you become more confident?
Definitely practice. I still do go to coaching up in Fulton with Mike Trininsky. I'm starting it back up. I had to stop because of varsity, but he helped me a lot with focusing and making sure I hit my target and what balls to throw, and that really helped a lot.
Shout out to that and that extra work. Zach, where have you gotten better?
I think I've gotten better in a lot of areas. I think my spare game has gotten a bit better over the year, and just hitting my target more consistently.
The back split, right? The 7-10 split. Have you mastered that? Because that's the thing that drives people nuts. And most of the time, I call it the field goal. Most people end up throwing it right in between. So you said no.
Yeah.
Do you have a kind of way that you tackle it, though? Is there a way that you go about that specific scenario?
The best way to go for it is hitting the 10 pin on the right side of it and sliding it over, but that's so hard because there's millimeters of miss room.
Have you done it?
No.
You haven't. So what would you say, do you have a pin that you think is the most difficult pin? Is there one that just I know you guys were talking before about the pin that kind of maybe always shows up if they don't all fall down. Do you have a pin?
Lately, it's been the 4-pin. I don't know why, but I just miss it.
So the 4
I
pin?
miss like an arrow left of my target every time.
So what do you do to adjust to that?
Just throw the ball better.
Okay. Or I mean, is there something? You said you don't know why it's the 4. Has it ever been a different pin?
Used to be the 10-pin, the 7, just random.
So it bounces around. Kenzie, you said you had one. Which one is it?
7-pin.
The 7 pin. So you both have said 7. Is there a rhyme or reason in your opinion why it's the 7?
So I have mastered like my 10 pins. Yeah, I miss some here and there, but I know how to hit the pin. But my 7-pin, I have switched to like throwing my spare ball at every spare unless it's like double wood. And recently I just can't hit a 7-pin. It's not possible.
Well, you guys will get it. It is possible. Tell me something good about each other. You've heard your teammates do it. So, Zach, tell me something good about Kenzie.
Even through like all the pressure, she always bowls good. Like if she needs to bowl a high game for the team, she does.
Bowling well under pressure. Kenzie, tell me something good about Zach.
Well, I've known Zach for a while. He's always there when like you need it, and he's a really good bowler too. We bowl Saturday mornings together, and we go to like YBTs together, and well, he's just always there. He carries help, and he helps the boys, so that's Zach doing great.
They say that 90% of it is showing up, Zach. So when you hear that you're always there, what does that mean to you?
Well, except I'm barely there. I miss a lot of matches, a lot of Saturday morning bowling.
Yeah, show up more.
But I show up the important games. That's the important part.
And for you and I have talked about this before, bowling in the family.
Yep.
Have you taken it to Dad yet? Have you gotten him a few times in the last couple months?
I beat him a lot.
Beat him a lot.
A lot more now.
Okay, a lot more now. What was the last match? Do you remember your score, his score?
I think I beat him probably Wednesday, but we were just practicing.
Just practicing?
We were just bowling to practice, not for score.
So, we've heard about Coach and what Coach has done to make this better, and your teammates talked about communication and how he gets the point across. Zach, what would you say if you had to say something good about Coach?
He's just always there. He's really supportive. He's a very positive guy. And when anybody's down, he always lifts everyone's spirits up. So he's just a good motivational guy on the team, and he's good at giving tips.
Good at tips and motivation. Best tip he ever gave you?
I mean, he doesn't give me tips very often because, I mean, I just need very small adjustments. But a lot of the other people on the team, like the newer bowlers, he helps them out a lot.
Okay, I like it. Kenzie, tell me something good about Coach.
So, like Zach said, he doesn't really tip me much because, well, I know how to bowl. But two, Coach is always there when you need him. I mean, is he annoying sometimes? Yes. But he's always there, and he supports the team, and he doesn't really care about winning. He just cares about if we have fun. And that's kind of the coach we do need, especially for next year when time will get rough. So.
You said he does, it's not always the focus on the winning. You want to win, but you all win a lot, even though the focus isn't there. How does that happen?
So recently we lost to Fulton and CNS. Kind of easy people to beat. But he would always, after like the first game when we lost, he would be like, just come back, make sure you have fun, don't stress about it, keep it out of your head. We're here just to have fun. It doesn't matter what happens. And it actually helps a lot hearing that, because then more people get into focus, and then sometimes we come back and take the 2 games, or sometimes we just lose, but we had a good time.
Zach, would you second that? Do you always feel like no matter what, you guys have a good time?
Yeah, I would say that. Even when we get blown out, he tries to bring the positive side out of losing. Like somebody had a high game, somebody made a split, or something like that.
And there's a scenario where you could be playing in states. Can you share with everybody that?
About what?
About states, the opportunity that you have. Oh, All-Stars, pardon me.
Yeah,
All-Stars.
so there's an opportunity that I could make the shootout.
Yeah.
And if I do, trying to bowl as good as I did last year and make the All-Star team again.
And Kenzie, you'll be there?
Yeah, I will be there because I have friends bowling, and then we are required for people who lead the section as high average. We are required to go because then they'll call up the lineup of the 2 winners and everybody who like had the division. So yeah, I will be there.
Awesome. Congratulations, and a hopeful congratulations as well. Rapid fire, our final piece. Zach, you get to ask me the first question.
Who is the favorite person you've ever interviewed?
My favorite person I've ever interviewed. That's a good question. I've been asked this before, and I've given an answer, so I'm going to give a different one. I would say my favorite person that I've ever interviewed. Probably, it's tough. It's really tough. I would probably say sitting down with like family. My grandmother, both of my grandmothers, I talked to them about my grandfathers in World War II, and I recorded some of it. So I'd probably say with them, since they're all passed away now, that I could go back and hear their voice again. So I'd probably say them. Sports-wise, it's hard because I really love everybody's story. Everybody's different. It's even if you think people are the same, there's like little nuances that are different. So I don't know if I could pick that, but I'd probably say my grandmother's. All right, Zach. Best thing your dad's ever taught you? Could be about bowling or about life. He is filming this.
That's crazy.
What do you say?
I said that's crazy.
I don't know. He's taught me a lot.
You can pick one thing.
I'm just gonna stick to bowling. Probably just how to hook the ball.
How to hook the ball? All right. Kenzie, your first question for me.
So I remember last year we talked about The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Has your favorite character changed?
You know, I don't think so. Okay. So they're making new shows, right? So they're making, Daryl's getting his own show. The Walking Dead in New York is going to be ridiculous because it's already The Walking Dead in New York City. So I would say, I mean, after everything we've seen and all of these walkers that were in Virginia, now you're going to New York City. There's going to be millions of dead people. Like whatever we've saw for the last 11 years in like 2 episodes, it's going to blow our mind. So I would say, you know what? I don't dislike Negan anymore. I think he's worn on me a little bit. I would date Maggie in a heartbeat. Definitely date Maggie in a heartbeat. So I would say that. But I'm going to say Daryl. I don't know. I feel like Daryl's probably my favorite at the moment. I got to go with Daryl. Do you have a favorite?
So it was Negan until he turned soft, and then I was
So
like,
you like
yeah, no.
you like Negan hit you with a bat, Negan.
Yeah.
You liked Negan with
Yeah.
his what's it called? Oh, don't tell me. I got to remember it. Don't tell me it. The bat was called. I'm thinking of the wrong name right now. It was called. Oh my goodness.
Starts with an L.
I know, and I'm thinking of the wrong name. Lucille. That's
Yeah,
what.
it was
Okay.
Lucille.
So you don't like soft Negan. So do you have a new favorite?
Well, personally, I didn't watch season 11 just because I did not like the story plot. And yeah, we all knew Rick was coming back. Andrew Lincoln did announce when he left that he would be back.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks it's a huge shocker when it really isn't. So my favorite character now, I would have to say, going back to season 3, the Governor.
The Governor. So you like the villains?
Yeah, I liked Merle. I liked Governor. I did not like Garrett from Terror. What's the place called? The Cannibal Place.
Oh yeah, that I know what you're
I
talking
did not
about.
like him.
So Terminus.
Terminus. Yeah.
So you like the Governor? Didn't he have heads in
He
his? Oh yeah, and he had his daughter, right, chained to something.
Yeah, so she would, and his wife had died, but his daughter had got bitten, but he was able to take her and chain her, but into a back room with all the heads in the tank, and Michonne had found her.
Yeah, I remember the Governor. The Governor is the one that killed Herschel.
Yeah, he was gonna kill. Michonne and Herschel went out into the woods, like I don't remember berries. I think they were getting, and he had kidnapped them, and he was like, "I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want Rick." But then he turns around, takes Michonne's sword, and kills Herschel.
Yeah, I can't like him after that. That's tough.
I didn't like Herschel, so I didn't care. I don't
Okay.
like Maggie either,
You know,
so I don't care.
That's why you made a face about Maggie. All right. So Zach, what's your last question for me?
What's the highest game you've bowled in bowling?
the highest game I bowled, I know it was 200 something. I want to say, I'm probably going to say to play it safe, I think it was like 211, maybe? Somewhere around there. I shocked myself a little bit. Like, it's not that I can't bowl, but I don't do it frequently. And it was one of those, like, I'm just going to go out and, you know, I haven't bowled in years, just going to have a good time. And I think that was the one where I had like 211. And then after I got it, I thought way too much. And then I didn't bowl as well. So in any sport, literally, think in practice, think at home. When you're playing, stop thinking. Like, you have to just shut it down. Same thing with basketball. So yeah, probably say 211, because that's a number that's coming to mind. My last question for you, Zach. We're going to get away from bowling, because we talk a lot about bowling with you. So, greatest movie ever made, and why?
Gotta go with Over the Hedge.
Okay, why?
It's my favorite movie. I watched it probably a million times.
Favorite movie, what?
I don't know. I watched it a lot when I was younger, probably because just a lot of cute animals.
A lot of cute animals. All right. Do you have a favorite?
Definitely the turtle. I don't remember his name.
The turtle in Over the Hedge. Okay. All right. I like it. First time I ever got that answer. I appreciate it. Kenzie, your last question for me.
Why did you start doing podcasts?
I love telling stories and I love bringing people together. So I've always been somebody who walks into a room full of strangers and I'm not afraid to talk to people and bring people together. I like doing it. So I think if I'm in a room of silence, I'm going to be the one that breaks that silence. And I always tell people, I'm going to walk out with some friends, and then there's going to be some people that are just like negative for the sake of negativity, and I'm going to try and do my best with them, and if they want to be negative, that's okay. But yeah, I mean, I trust myself. My mom told me a long time ago, she said, you walk into a room, you own that room. Nothing else, you own it. So I love telling stories, love bringing people together. I like making people laugh, so why not do it every day? My last question for you, Kenzie. Well, we talked about The Walking Dead. Is there another TV show that you frequently watch? Do you have another favorite? Something now?
Not really.
Do you have a movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What is it?
Well, one, I like any of the Marvel series, like Avengers are my favorite, but I gotta say I saw the hat, and I was like, I gotta say my favorite movie.
Endgame hat.
Yeah.
The Endgame.
My favorite movie has to be like any of the old like Stand By Me or like The Outsiders.
Okay.
I do like Hobbs and Shaw. That was probably a good movie.
Okay, so you like some of the old stuff, but a lot of action. Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite Marvel movie?
I hate Ant-Man, so I'm not even gonna come out.
You
with
hate Ant-Man?
No, I don't know why they're continuing that series.
I really think he's gonna die in this one.
I hope he does.
I really think he's gonna die.
His name should have stayed on that wall during Endgame.
It's gonna be called the Kang. I mean, it's the Kang Dynasty, so Kang's obviously gonna get out. So
I think my favorite has to be, probably the original Thor because I was a huge Loki fan. So I love seeing any of the movies with Loki in it.
Okay.
So either that or I gotta say Infinity War.
I also have the hats now. So the cool thing about these hats is this is Tony's snap. You can see it here. So you got the Tony snap on this one, and the Infinity one that I have has Thanos' snap, and it's gold. So, yeah, I mean, I think Infinity War, Endgame, really good ones. Is there one you're looking forward to? Are you looking forward to Guardians 3?
Yes, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I was a big Michael Rooker fan, so I was kind of sad when they killed off Yondu.
I got to meet him. It was really cool to meet Yondu.
I can't wait for that just because I like the seasons of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, like, having Rocket and then Van Diesel come back as Groot.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Zach, are you a Marvel fan?
Yeah, I am. I've a lot of the movies that have came out in the last, 10 years.
Yeah.
I've went and seen them in the theaters.
Do you have a favorite and a least favorite?
Least favorite? I would say probably Captain Marvel. I didn't like it. It was a really bad movie.
Captain Marvel, okay.
My favorite movie? I would probably say, one of the Iron Mans. I like Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is pretty good.
The one with, is it Whiplash? Yeah, it's got that's Mickey Rourke as the actor that has the kind of like chain Iron Man powers. Okay, Iron Man 2, not bad. Good stuff. So, with that being said, it's always a good show when you get to end it on Marvel. So, can we give a round of applause one more time to Kenzie, as well as Zach, here with Liverpool girls and boys bowling for the Warriors. Thank you both for being a part of it. Appreciate you. And